Hi, namaste, and welcome to May 2025. So, brand new month, thankfully, because the last couple months have absolutely been pretty intense for a lot of people. And this month, definitely the current and the vibe should feel quite a bit different than the last couple months. This month, we're going to be working with the number five. This is a 14-5, and we're still working with the global number of nine. So that's definitely still at play. Okay, so this month, Harald's just a really different kind of vibe because we're just finally coming out of the retrograde season, eclipse season, and April 27th, just a few days prior to the beginning of May, we were in a brand new moon, Taurus New Moon, which is again kind of the ending of the eclipse season. And so this is like really a new chapter beginning. Now, on the global world stage, we're definitely still in the chaos phase. So, that's still going to be playing out. So if you're looking to start to see some of that calm down, um, it may start to go into a different stage or a different phase, but that's going to be playing out still in the world stage because this is where we're at in the essence of our paradigm shift. But this month definitely should give us a little bit more of just some fresh new energies coming through. You might still just be kind of thawing out from the last couple months. You might be just kind of really grappling with what's just unfolded for you personally. If you've had a lot of things show up, eclipses can stir up a lot. If you've lost anybody, if you've had some major changes, eclipses can come in and just really bring major changes. There was deep healing afoot. So you might have just really had a lot of deep healing coming up, which was just very private and behind the scenes, but you felt it and it was just very, intense. So this month could be just a month where you're just like, wow, I'm just processing, I'm still integrating. I'm actually just still kind of getting my head wrapped around and my heart, wrapped around what just kind of went down. So if you need to, still really, invitation is taking gentle, loving care with yourself for sure. This whole year, there's just so much change that's happening, so much disruption, chaos. So the invitation, really is we're not in the same slow down energies that we were kind of being really directed into the last couple months. But the invitation for us really this whole year is just to kind of like go slow because there's a lot of change and the invitation and is really for us to stay grounded. And that's what this month is really going to invite us to do. It's going to ask us to come into our body. That's the five. And it's going to ask us to really get grounded. So anything that you want to do connecting with Mama Earth, this is a great month to do that. Getting out in nature, getting out and grounding your feet, bare feet in the grass, things like that. It's just really getting stable and steady in your body. This, you might find that you have some processing coming up in the body. So, you just went through a lot of things. We had a lot of the last couple months, a lot of really oppressive, restrictive, limiting energies. So as we start to feel this energy current really opening up and starting to move differently now, we are going to be integrating and still processing really kind of what just went down the last couple months for us, or we're processing what's happening on the world stage and how we feel about it. So this month with the body, we might have some things coming up to flush through the body. So if we do, the invitation for us is just kind of tune in, where do I feel it in my body, and just allowing ourselves to really breathe into it and move it. Best case scenario is move your body. So if you can get a good sweat going, set an intention if you're feeling something or you just want to move energy or connect to your body, do something with that intention. It could be a walk. It could be a bike ride. It could be just, moving your body, cleaning. It could be anything really. So this is a month we still may see some change because 5 does represent change. And those changes can be sudden. So if change does show up for you this month, know that it's definitely happening for you in order to get you into the alignment that or direction or a new trajectory that your soul wants to go in. You might feel like you want change, just again, these eclipse seasons is done. We have new energy coming. You might just feel like, I just really want to do things differently. I want to create a new routine. I want to create new habits. I want to create something. I want change. I want something new and fresh. I want new adventure. And most importantly, freedom, because 5 represents freedom. So freedom could really be, on our radar this month. And freedom, that's the thing right now, coming into our sovereignty. So this could be focusing on where do I want more freedom? Where am I not free? How can I start to take some steps and action towards aligning more to freedom, creating more freedom, contributing to helping, sovereignty for all beings, and also giving freedom, so we could have this new level of compassion and understanding that everybody's in their process and everybody's going through in their own way, in their own time, to whatever they're capable and whatever their current awareness is. So that could be just us being able to come into a little more of that allowing of that freedom, and which just also frees us up, but allows us to hold a beautiful space for somebody else while they're in it. So that could be showing up. 14 can also represent, again, flushing some things through that physical body, but there could also be a bit more of a sensitivity to suffering. So we might feel like we have a little bit more awareness, compassion, or, kind of just inspiration to actually start to facilitate or communicate differently, and have some deeper awareness of the suffering that's potentially happening on the planet, within ourselves, with our people that we're around, and either awareness about it or something maybe that we want to actually do about it. So this month could stir some of that up as well. And really, this is a month to just really find some time for relaxation too. That's different than having to slow down. So this month is asking us to, again, connect to our body, but also find some time to have some fun, find some time to relax, and find some time to just really do things that really just, light up and inspire and bring just, lots of new energy on all levels, especially though the physical body. So we want to, whatever we want to feel, we want to land it right into that physical body. So not just focusing on, if things are coming up like that awareness of freedom and suffering and, things like that. Definitely honoring that and going in the flow with that. And at the same time, also giving ourselves just some time to breathe and some time to just not be in the heavy all the time. There's enough heavy. So what can I do to just bring in a little bit more lightness and a little bit more freshness? And where do I possibly need some balance in order to do that? This is a month also where we can regroup. So, we're kind of strengthening our resiliency and our grit right now. So this could be a month where we're starting to feel, okay, I need to just regroup. I need to collect myself because I'm recognizing that I need some endurance here, or I'm recognizing that I need a little bit to be able to be a little bit more adaptable and flexible to the changes that are happening. So this month is also going to give us an opportunity potentially to do that. Not all these things are going to show up necessarily for everybody, but definitely you want to pay attention to these themes that are showing up for you this month, because the 5 represents the gateway. So it's kind of like, imagine that you're in kind of the center. Center is 5. And then from 5, you got all these different pathways available. So this month, we could really start to have more awareness of that. Like, where do I really want to start to give my energy? Do I want to start to adjust myself coming into a new trajectory? And if I do, what does that look like? And what can I do back in my day-to-day in order to start to allow that, align with that, or start to consciously create that and give energy to that, most importantly. So it's definitely going to be a different vibe. Again, we're still in that context umbrella of the global 9 cycle. So the 9 is still helping us to really, it's going to shed light on us a little bit more of, okay, so where are we here? 5 represents experience and then learning from the experience. And 5 will keep repeating the experience until we learn it. So the 9 this month could say, okay, here we are. And you've just gone through, the last couple months, gone through some experiences or gone through some healing or have some new levels of awakening awareness, understanding, or insights. So from the experience that we've just come out of, or the experiences that we've had, depending how far back you're being invited to go with this, and what have we learned? And so this is a great month to do some journaling. So communicating through writing is really powerful with the 5, a great opportunity. And don't worry if you don't want to write. You can just, again, go into your own kind of awareness with your thoughts or your feelings about it. But if you do want to sit down and write it out, it's a great way just to kind of access and really ask, what have I learned from the experiences that I've just come out of? Because the learning is pivotal. When we are aware of what we learned, sometimes that's the actual step that we claim what we've just gained. You know, the whole point of when we go through an experience, there's always a gift and there's always an opportunity. So we want to claim that gift. And sometimes that just happens organically. And sometimes we actually really need to really be aware of it and then claim it. And we claim it from that awareness, sometimes just that simply. And that sometimes is the final act of us embodying, because again, this month is about the body. So bringing it, landing it home in the body. So it could be coming back and just saying, okay, I've learned how strong I am. I've learned that I really have a lot more compassion, or I've birthed more compassion because of the experiences I've just gone through. Even if that's grief, you know, that's something, grief is a big heart opener. So it could be just, I learned to go through something that was really challenging and really tough. And I learned to do it really with presence, you know, with grace. So again, what was it for you that has brought you to here? And this is the nine's going to help. The nine's still asking us to potentially, you know, release some deeper emotions or release some things, but it's giving us that insight to really bring ourselves to, okay, where are we and what have we learned? Now, globally, we'll see this play out too. And so globally, this could be a great month where we're starting to see, again, deeper through our history or through the leadership that's being presented, or more disclosure might be happening through that communication. And like, you know, we're here because of these things that we maybe hadn't, you know, been aware of before. So that's where the five's going to ask us potentially also to be adaptable and know that we, in that adaptability or in that change, means also that we can change our mind and our beliefs at any time. And that's evolution too. That's growth too. Knowing that I can have a belief, or I can have a thought about something right now. And when my consciousness changes, or I get new information coming to me, whether it's my own downloads that are coming through or something from outside of us, that brings us now into a whole new level of understanding and awareness, meaning we can change our minds about something, or our projections, trajectory about something with that new information. So that's the five. The five's going to, you know, ask us, what have we learned? Because the five wants us to really be aware of the consequences in a sense. Be mindful this month of being reckless or impulsive. So it could be just, again, like, you know, being mindful that you want to be in the body, basically. Sometimes in the shadow, the five can be extremely reckless. It can be very freedom loving to a point where it's a little bit abusive, in the sense of, you know, abusing things that, you know, to escape or to alter. So finding the balance, again, finding that balance, and then really just coming back to asking, this is the outcome that I want. So how can I start to give energy and alignment to that, and stay in balance with that? So have a beautiful month, and I hope you find some time to just really regroup and give yourself some beautiful acknowledgement and recognition of what you're going through and what we're all going through in this historical, amazing, and very chaotic at this current time, very chaotic time. And I say amazing because this is truly, we've never been here before. And, you know, again, if we're here right now during this time, this is such a massive time. Like, you know, this is like all beings are watching us, all planets, all, you know, we are just, what we're doing here, I think sometimes we just cannot fathom. Even if you are really aware and awake of what's happening at a bigger level, and you're seeing the bigger picture, and you know where we're going and where we're going to end up, it's still sometimes, you know, we still have to be in the day to day, and it's intense sometimes right now. So that's what I mean by amazing. It's just really an amazing time to be here on the planet. And the invitation for us is to keep coming back and reminding ourselves of that, and giving ourselves, again, that acknowledgement that we are here and we're doing some very intense, courageous things just for being here. And just kind of getting up every day and still trying to, you know, find the purpose and the meaning in life, and find something good about to focus on, and or to be that light, or to be that inspiration for others, or just simply for yourself. So it's a, you know, powerful time, and invitation for us is to just, you know, make sure that we're remembering that. And because we sometimes need a little bit more extra support, and that could be, you know, supporting ourselves. We may need a little extra self-care, or a little bit more connection time with nature, things like that. Okay, so wishing you a very beautiful, balanced, and loving month. Namaste.